Hi Leo, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. My name is Carol, and in today's reading we're going to be doing the mid-month July 2024 general reading for you. And I'm going to start off by looking at what situation, issue, decision, struggle, could even be a pattern that you're dealing with right now as you're going into the end of July. And then I want to look at what is coming up from your shadow that's having an impact or is driving this pattern or this issue that's showing up for your life, in your life right now. Now, if you are unfamiliar to the term shadow or shadow work, because that's what we're going to be doing in part 2, I've left a really good description for you in my description box called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it's taken from my other channel called Carol Cares. And this video is really about facing your own shadow. And it's a video that I put together. So it's a compilation of everything I've learned on my own intensive healing journey that I've been on for the last 7 years with my own life coach and to heal my complex trauma. So I think you'll find some really useful tips on there if you're not familiar with that term. And then finally, in the last part, I'm going to ask the tarot for some guidance on how you can heal this, right? Because that's what's really important. This is a healing channel, and I think I want to give you a little bit of help. Well, the tarot does. And then I will also recommend a video for you that is more focused on what you need to heal in this reading itself. So we're going to begin with the Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. And then I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot to clarify it. So if you're new to this channel, I want to welcome you. It's young. We're about 8 months old. So I'm happy with how it's progressing so far. I know it takes time to get a channel out there. So if you're brand new, I'm so glad you found me. Let me know below if you're new and you just found me and you've subscribed. And if you have subscribed and you're coming back again to watch my videos, thank you so much. And there are some people, I have some really good news for you. There are people that have reached out to me and asked me if I do personal readings. And I am happy to say that I will be getting into personal readings for the first time on this channel. It's a young one. So I am currently in the process of setting up, well, I have set up my page on for Yellow Cardinal Tarot on my carolcares.com website. If you go there and you look it up, right now there's an error code on it because it's not published yet, but I am just have a few more things I need to do on it. And then I will be putting out a video on my channel, Yellow Cardinal Tarot, to let you know that I'll be doing personal readings and you'll have first dibs at it because I will be offering you a small discount. Interesting enough discount, I guess I could say that. Hopefully that will pique your interest and see what it's like to get a reading if you haven't had one before. And if you have, this will be your first one with me. So you might want to take advantage of that. That'll probably be just there for about 2 weeks, the sale, the discount. And then, they'll be up there regularly. So, and that should come out, before August. It'll be coming out. And what's next? I think that's it. So let's get started. I'm going to ask for a card for each section. And so let's start, Leo, by what situation, issue, pattern, struggle. What are you dealing with this July? It wanted to tell me you have the 5 of Swords is coming up right here. That's what you're sitting with right now. Now, what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? Now, believe it or not, our shadow is what is sitting, it's our unconscious. So it's everything that we don't know about ourselves. And it's all those things that we've kind of repressed, we've hidden. And believe it or not, you can Google this, but 95% of what we know about ourselves is hidden in our shadow. And the other 5% is what we think we know. And so that's why it's so important to get to know what this other part of us is, so that we can heal it, so we can become authentic once more, right? So let's look at what's coming up from your shadow right here that's affecting this or impacting this Five of Swords for you. I'm going to say this card wants to come out here. This is the I was going to say, I'm just using this deck for the first time. So I think they call the ace the one, obviously. Yeah, so it's the Ace of Cups. I did have a look at it, but it was just like, it looked so similar to the Rider-Waite, so I thought, okay, I'll be okay with it. And yeah, okay, yeah, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. What guidance does the tarot have for you? Oh, here we go. You have the Nine of, you have the Hermit. The Hermit card. The 9th card in the Major Arcana. All right, so far you're believing that, you know, I know what I'm doing here. Sometimes it's like I do things that like, what are these people thinking? It doesn't matter because I know what I'm doing. But as long as I know what I think I know what I'm doing. All right, so I want some clarifiers for the Five of Swords. Please tell me more about this. 2 or 3. Now I'm with my Rider-Waite deck and I'm like, I know these cards. Oh, there's one that flipped. We'll get that one. Which one was it? Come on. I think it flipped. It could have flipped back over. Let's see if it's there, but it flipped back over, so I don't know what it is. So we're starting again. Okay, can't spend too much time on that. All right, so Five of Swords. Start that again. 2 to 3 cards, please. Okay, so I'm going to take this one because it's been bothering me. 6 of Pentacles. And then you got the Justice card in reverse. Very interesting here. So this Ace of Cups in reverse, the one that I got stumbled on here, stumped on. I need some clarification for that one, please. There we go. Got one. I go for another one. That'd be good. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Another Ace, Page of Swords. Okay, Hermit. Hermit. Clarification on this Hermit card, please. Couple cards here. For Leo. Got one there. Try one more. Okay, I think that's good. I got this one, and then I got this one, because I went more. I was going to stop, and I didn't. Okay. You got the Ace of Cups in reverse. There's the aces, 3 aces on the table. Wheel of Fortune, and you have the World card. The World card. All right, so let's begin with what situation you're dealing with right here. Well, the Five of Swords comes up. Wow. Yeah, the Five of Swords is a painful card. And all fives are, because there's a lot of conflict in them. But they also bring about change, which is the positive side to it. So the Five of Swords is what I call in my deck the bullying card. And so maybe you're feeling bullied. Maybe you're someone that has been bullied in the past and it's happening again. We can be bullied as adults for sure. And I often look at this card as the individual here that's sitting right in the corner there. It's the victim. right? It's the victim. So why do bullies bully? Bullies bully because they have shame. And they were bullied by people that had shame. So shame is something that is handed down generationally, handed down to people. It's not something we're born with. And so right away, your reading comes out as you're sitting with some shame. So you're struggling with your self-esteem, your self-worth. And we're going to get some clarification on it. And the good thing is that, I'm going to show you in your shadow why this is coming up again. So this could be a recurring pattern for you, I'm feeling, because there's some shame here. And oftentimes shame is one of the shittiest emotions to sit with. And every single one of us has it, but it's not an emotion that you hear people talk about. But it's, it's the emotion of not feeling good enough and just not liking yourself, hating yourself, beating up on yourself. Your self-esteem is taking a big hit right now. And the next card that comes out to clarify is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is, all the sixes in my deck have like a duality to them, like there's a reciprocity, like a reciprocal energy. It's kind of like if this happens, there's the other side of the coin, right? And so in this particular situation, you have these individuals here, two beggars that are being weighed out their worth in coins. One says, I think I'll have 3 coins because that's what he thinks he's worth. And so this rich man will give them, 3 coins. I don't know if he's rich, but he's weighing out, giving them 3 coins because that's what they said they were worth. And so when you feel this low self-esteem about yourself, then you will attract people into your life that will continue to remind you that you're a piece of shit. They'll continue to shit on you. And usually they're toxic people because it's a pattern, it's a recurring pattern. And maybe you're sitting with someone in your life right now who is reminding you that you're not worth much. And also the other side to this card is that if you don't, you will attract people that will not give you much, obviously, if you're not feeling much, but you will have a hard time giving to others as well, right? You have a hard time giving to others. And so because of this shame that you're sitting with in this low self-esteem, you have the Justice card behind it. And this is, I want to say, the first major arcana card in your reading. You have also you end with 3. You end with a powerful 3 of them in your, and these are in your guidance from the tarot. And these are like major universal forces that come into our life. So there's some big changes here that are happening for you, Leo, in the last part of July, and you need to pay attention to them because, this is opportunity for growth and change. And the Justice card comes in and says, it's time. It's time. It's in reverse here because there is definitely on your part a resistance to doing this, or just not seeing that this can actually happen. But the Justice card comes out to say, well, it's time here to bring some balance. And it's interesting because you have 2 balance scales here in the bottom part of this where you're sitting. So it's time here to balance this out here. Let's just look at this situation and see, let's do a little bit of digging in this situation about this self-esteem that you feel, this low self-esteem that you're dealing with right now. It's time to look at this because the universe wants to find out, what's the truth of the matter here. Let's cut to the bullshit. Let's find out the truth to the matter of where your low self-esteem came from. But it's in, like we said, it's in reverse because there's a block here because I don't think you realize that you can do this, that you can go here. because shame is given to us. And so somebody gave you this. Somebody made you feel less than. And you're sitting with it. And so the universe says it's time here to bring justice to this. Let's have a look now. Let's heal where this first came from. So let's go into your shadow. This is the part of you, your unconscious. This is where your real stuff that you need to heal about yourself is, because it's going to keep on spilling into our life in everything we do, especially relationships. Here's your Ace of Cups. And it's in reverse. The cups, the Ace of Cups, the beautiful cup, talks about our desires, what we want, our dreams, and our emotions, and all of that when you were younger. This is when you were younger. All of it you weren't allowed to have. You weren't allowed to have. You weren't allowed to feel your emotions. There was something that happened where you were taught not to feel, and you weren't allowed to. Right underneath that is the Ace of Pentacles, which is another. The aces are always these gifts from the universe, right? And here's your body. The pentacle is your body. And when you were younger, kids have this intuitive knowing. They're very much grounded in their body when they're younger, very much. And so there is a part of you that when you were younger, had these emotions to feel, but weren't allowed to feel them. And because you have this younger child, this Page of Swords, and the pages in my deck are our inner children. They need healing. We have more than one inner child. I know mainstream psychology likes to say we just have one, but I can tell you from experience that we have, more than one. In this deck, there's 4 of them. And this is the healing. You have an inner child that needs healing, who doesn't know who they are. Here's the sword again. The sword is about authenticity and being yourself. And so I'm seeing here that you had a hard time being you because you weren't allowed to. You weren't allowed to be you. I am going to pull a couple more cards to clarify this from another tarot deck. And just to clarify a bit more about the shadow. I just need a bit more information about, not being able to feel and not being able to be you, not being able to have a childhood maybe. Maybe your childhood was taken away from you. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Got the Justice card again. You got the Justice card again. This time, yeah, it's like there was no balance here. One more card before I say something. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is the 7 of Wands. It's in reverse here. 7 of Wands talks about someone who's very much alone and left to fight their own battles and not being supported by the people below them or validated. So now I'm seeing here that as a child you were very much left alone, not supported, not validated, to deal with your own feelings. That's hard when you don't have someone around you to validate your feelings or support you. And so right now, what's coming up here, and that's why the shame that's coming up for you to heal, because you don't feel like you matter. You didn't matter when you were younger because you weren't helped with your emotions. You weren't supported. You weren't validated. And this is a general reading, so you know what sort of childhood you had. But so now when it comes up here to, deal with whatever you're having to deal with, the shame is coming up again. And that whole line of, I didn't matter, is coming up for me, for you. I didn't matter. You didn't matter. Your emotions didn't matter. When our emotions don't matter as a child, when we're ignored, we just feel like we don't matter. Because kids have so many emotions that they need help regulating. And when you're not helped to regulate all these emotions, it becomes really difficult here. And so what does the universe want you to do to start to heal this? Well, you get the 9 card here. The Hermit. And it's a major arcana. It's a huge force here, for universal force that's saying it's time for you to go inwards. I can see that because of the sword energy. Swords keeps us up in our head. Swords keeps us spinning in our head about how we don't matter and how we're so unworthy and how we're a piece of shit and all those things that we might have been told when we were younger. But the universe says, it's time to get in your body now. It's time to take some time out for you, by yourself. And I see this card as learning how to ground your body so you can get back in your body, out of your head, back in your body, and maybe journaling from some of the shame that you're feeling, right? Because it's time for you to get to that original shame of not mattering. The Ace of Cups is here again, and we had the Ace of Pentacles, you had the Ace of Cups here. So the universe wants you to, here's the Ace of Cups again. This is the Ace of Cups that's in reverse. You weren't allowed to feel when you were younger. You were told all these things, and you might have been a kid that was a kid that really might have been told they were sensitive or a sucky baby because you showed a lot of your emotions and you just completely got shut down. And the universe wants you to turn this Ace of Cups over. They're offering you another chance here to turn this cup right here that got turned over. These are your emotions, what you wanted, what you desired when you were younger, and start to feel again. And that's why it's so important to go inwards and take time out for yourself and to get grounded and get back in your body. Start to feel this shit. And here's the Wheel of Fortune, because that's what's going to make things change for you. The wheel always turns, circumstances, life happens. But in order for you to make any significant change in your life right now to deal with the shame, you have got to start to feel this shitty shame and know what it means to process this out of your body. And here's the World card at the end. It's the completion of your cycle. It can be success. It can be hope. It's a card of whatever you want it to be. Success, hope, completion at the end. But it's going to bring this to an end. But you got to get to that shame. And so I'm going to leave you with 2 things. I'm going to leave you with the July 2024 monthly reading I did for you. And I'm also going to leave you with a video playlist on shame. I think it's important that you understand what shame is and how to heal it. And it's going to give you some ideas about journaling in there. I also have, these playlists that I'm giving you, this playlist is taken from my other channel, Carol Cares. And there's also videos on grounding, which I think you need to look at too, because you need to get out of your head because you're spinning over, I don't matter. But I'm here to tell you that you do matter, but you got to get to what's sitting in your shadow, because this isn't your truth. You got to get to that. And this is what this reading wants you to get to, your truth, Leo. So take care, and I'll talk to you in August. Bye.